Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Star Wars Black Series action figure of Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One. Chirrut was my favorite character in Rogue One. Also, I'm a huge Donnie Yen fan. So, as an action figure collector, having a Donnie Yen action figure from my favorite character from Rogue One, yeah, I'm all about this. But Hasbro had to go and ruin it by using cloth on an action figure. Especially annoying is the fact that they show in the back here that they can sculpt plastic to really read not only like fabric, but to like really drape and hang like fabric. So to have this contrast with this garbage, it's just so annoying. I mean, when you look at like, here's sculpted plastic to be fabric, and then here's actual fabric, they don't match within the same action figure. They clash in style. This is just a bad direction to go with in action figures in general. I know no one from Hasbro ever watches little old me, but let's just pretend if anyone from Hasbro is watching, knock this off. Now, having said that, they did a great job with his costume. The actual sculpt of the rest of the outfit looks great. I especially like the little ridges that they managed to capture that go along his sleeve. And then you get to like the details that are along the edge of his like wrist there, the little gackety-gack stuff. Looks great. Good sculpt. I like the little silver paint. Really strong work, especially the little lines going down the back of his costume in the back shoulder area, like all along that. Really strong work. Just the edge of the collar. This draped fabric really reads well. So kudos to them for sculpting fabric and making it look so good. And then you get to this little section right there. Really good work. Again, the paint, really strong. Nice separation of colors. Really clean work. Now I get that if you look at his costume in the movie, it is two different kinds of black. It's two different kinds of fabrics, a top section and a bottom section. But that's no excuse to go with fabric. Just, you know, use a darker black and sculpt it to hang nice. This isn't even like a complicated thing where it's got like folds and little like sewn pinch points. It's just fabric that drapes. This could have been done by like a soft rubbery plastic so easily. Not even complicated stuff like this. Could have been so great. Anyway, I really do like the head sculpt on here quite a bit. Donnie Yen has he has really strong, unique features, and they captured his mouth line, his lips, his cheekbones, his nose. This is a really impressive sculpt, and the paint is pretty good. First of all, even in profile and different angles, it totally reads like Donnie Yen. The grayed out eyes are well painted. Eyebrows are decent. I saw a few in stores, and they all had kind of faded eyebrows, so this is the best one I saw. The hair paint is serviceable. The sculpt of it, though, is good. It really reads like his hairstyle. So props to them for doing what I consider to be a pretty good head. Now, he comes with a few accessories. He comes with his staff. And it's a staff, but it definitely has a good little wooden sculpt to it. The silver dark gray bits read well. So they did a good job with his staff. And then we get his weird big gun blastery thingy, which is really well sculpted. I like all the gold paint, so there's a lot of good details to this all over. The gold paint details are nice. And then it actually has its own articulation because it opens up like it does in the movie. Here's a bigger, wider look at all that. Aside from these things opening up, the middle section does twist, so that's a nice touch. Here he is holding the big goofy blaster, and here he is with the big goofy elements all opened up. This figure was able to grip those far apart ends of the gun due to the good articulation on this. And this is the standard Black Series articulation with the ball hinge shoulders. Sometimes you get a bicep cut, sometimes you get a hinged and swiveling elbow. This is a hinged swiveling elbow, you get hinged swiveling wrist. The wrist comes up and down, the other one goes side to side. You have the mid-torso like kind of ball joint, and then the double head joint, there's a hinge at the base of the neck, and then a ball joint inside the head. All those things are really standard with the series, but they're functional and they allow you to pose them in really cool ways. So props to Hasbro for that. I think this figure looks great. I love that you can get his head pointed downward so much because it makes for a very dramatic looking Donnie Yen. But yeah, despite my complaints about the cloth, and here's just two of those little flaps hanging out, I didn't point those out. Despite my complaints about the cloth, just standing there on the shelf, he does look really cool, and the cloth doesn't ruin the overall look of the figure when he's on the shelf. So at least when he's standing there, it's not like fluffed out fabric that's like all puffy and weird looking. Like it hangs down nicely. So yeah, enough of my complaining. It's a Donnie Yen action figure and it looks freaking awesome. That's all I gotta say. I love it. So thanks everybody for watching, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all of that stuff.